This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Imagine what's possible when we unify our attention, our presence, our love on behalf of the whole of life. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse, February 18th, 2023. Wow, what a start to 2023. You can definitely feel like there is a rising current of something emerging, and I think it's calling us all to really deepen our capacity for heart coherence. We've been hosting these Global Coherence Pulse events every month since March of 2020. We've done multiple ones sometimes during those months. And I can really feel, and I hope you do too, that our impact is widening and it's deepening. And I noticed we have a smaller group today, and sometimes that's the most potent. I mean, I'm looking at who is on the screen. These are people who are showing up a lot together and really making a commitment to personal coherence. And when we have a small island of coherence in the sea of chaos, we are definitely in a time where there is much disruption and breakthrough, and it has to happen. In order for the breakthrough to come, the breakdown has to happen for the breakthrough to come. And what we're doing on these Global Coherence Pulse sessions is we're learning about coherence, we're practicing coherence, and we're bringing our attention and our presence and our love and joining for that exponentially potent something that happens when we come into collective coherence together. And we need places like this so that we can learn and deepen. And those islands of coherences, they're an individual, they're a group like this, and there are collective energy in the field of life. And when we use tools like the Global Coherence app from our partners at HeartMath, which I hope you'll download because there has been some new developments in that app, and you don't need the sensor now. Everybody can test their coherence with their cameras, and we can really help make visible the power and potency of our collective human heart. So today, look at this beautiful group of women that we have to guide us today into transforming into a love-focused life through personal heart power. And this is Valentine's week, so happy Valentine's week to all of you. And we're going to continue to have this theme into the evening with the Awaken World Show. So we are going to have a day of pulsing the planet with our love and care. And I hope that this time for you is going to be really deeply nourishing, because we all need to fill up. If we're out there standing in coherence in the face of what we're facing, we need places like this where we can get nourished. And let's have, by the end of this call, that we're full and can shine out some love and blessings onto the planet in all the places that it's really needed right now. And we can all kind of bring into our hearts some place that we know needs our care, and we can represent that today in our field. So I want to bring on our guests today, our guides today. I love scrolling through and seeing all your faces. I saw Luke as I went by. I see Marcy. I like being on the meeting lines instead of the webinar lines, because this is really good work we're doing together. So I'm going to bring on to spotlight Grace and Michelle and Tami. I love this picture of the three of them I made this morning. Isn't that beautiful? Like, what radiant energies. These three women, if I were going to make an introduction that embodies them all, which I want to do, is that I think all three of them have been exploring how to keep their heart open in the face of whatever they're facing, in their own life, in their own work, and their own expression of how that comes about. And something has drawn them together, Michelle and Grace, to write a book called Personal Heart Power. And so far, we've done a few events with Michelle and Grace, and Tami always seems to be the one that we bring in to provide this background of the harp to keep opening us, so that we're not just having a dialogue about transforming to a love-focused life, but we're embodying it and radiating it into the field together, so that we can keep growing our capacity to serve. So Grace and Michelle, thank you for being our hosts today and our guides for this. And they're going to share a little bit about personal heart power. They're going to then guide us into a coherence experience, and then we'll come back and reflect together. And before they begin, I want to invite Tami just to take us into a minute of the harp and have us all really bring our presence here right now. Really let your heart be filled and let your heart be full. Beautiful, Tami. Thank you. Grace and Michelle, take us on a journey today, journey into our personal heart power. Thank you, Tami, so much. We'll hear more from Tami.
Yeah, thank you, Teresa, for having us here today. And of course, thank you for Tami. We're always grateful for her beautiful, beautiful sounds. And Grace and I are excited to share today about personal heart power and transforming into that love-focused life. And of course, if you're being drawn here, you're already well aware of what that means and having that impulse and living that out in your life. So.
Yeah, thank you. And welcome everyone being here. And just to let you know, personal heart power is that global heart coherence. So we just put a different term, but it means the similar thing, is that calm mind and open personal heart.
And so just to get started here, we call it personal heart power, and we're so super excited. We wrote this book together, and what we discovered is that there is a way. We were gifted the label personal heart power, and so in that, we are here to share that how to transform to a love-focused life, and just really what it means for us. And we think what we discovered is personal heart power is really the ability to operate from love within your personal heart, while interacting with optimally with a calm mind. That doesn't mean an empty mind. You know, so often we're taught, empty your mind, empty your mind. I don't know about you, but that's a little bit of a challenge for me. But calming it is what I've learned, is I've learned to calm the noise so that I can really live with that voice, that power within to bring me to the next places in life.
Yeah, when we looked at personal heart power, we discovered there's this continuum between fear to love. And so this continuum, as we ebb and flow between fear and love, you look in the yellow part there, is that we're always shifting. And so usually when we label fear, it's more the lower vibrational feelings, fear, anger, frustration, guilt. Whereas love is on the higher continuum, the higher vibrational feelings, say love, joy, and peace. And so with awareness is when we want to balance this out, to be more love focused and more consciously intentional in managing our calm mind and open personal heart.
Yeah, and when we talk about it, we think of how do we move so that we can live more often from the mode of love, or from a platform of love, because often there's many things that the fear just wants to drag us over to the fear, and it's like, and we start focusing on problems and get distracted by life. But once we gain more awareness, we're able to look at it and realize that, oh, if I can stay in the platform of love, or the mode of love, let fear be my informant, then it allows us to have a more balanced life in that. Okay, I'm not sure why this is happening right now. It's not letting me advance my screen.
It does that sometimes. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so living in the mode of love is living consciously with those higher vibrational thoughts, higher vibrational feelings and behaviors that keep us in balance more of the time. And the beautiful thing about this is when we live, we call it the mode of love, operating in the mode of love, fear now becomes an informant. It's not something we react to in a fight, flight, or freeze mode, but it's actually using fear as an informant. Oh, what do I need to keep myself in balance? So it's a beautiful state to be living consciously in that mode of love more often. Doesn't mean we don't go to fear, but we can get out quicker with awareness, conscious awareness, and doing what we need to do to shift into those higher vibrational thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Yeah, and we talk a little bit about, how do you make fear your friend? Whereas it's valuable and benefiting us in life, because we aren't going to get rid of fear. That is part of the human experience, and it comes in really valuable sometimes. It's where we slam our brakes when we're getting too close to a car, or where we lift our hand off of a hot stove that we accidentally touch. Those levels of fear just really it's helpful. And so how do we make fear our friend and love our mode of operation? And that's through the awareness piece.
Yeah. That relationship to our love. What is your relationship to love is a good question to answer. Is that Is it conditional love versus unconditional love? So I operate, and we talk about conditional love in our work, is that, is there a condition when we give love out or when we give love to ourselves? Do we have to meet a certain criteria before we give that love to ourselves or others? Or is our love for ourselves unconditional? That even if I make a bazillion mistakes, I still love myself unconditionally. Any other people make mistakes, I still love them unconditionally. Doesn't mean you couldn't put healthy boundaries with them, but I still love them unconditionally. That's in the mode of love. So looking at how is love playing out in your life.
Yeah, and conditional versus unconditional. Unconditional doesn't mean that we don't have expectations. You know, we do have expectations in life, and so there, which is a little bit different in the way that we look at it from our framework than a conditional love, where it's more of a demand before you can receive any love. And what we've recognized is that with awareness, when you start bringing things to a consciousness with the awareness, your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that affect everything you do in life, you know, you become aware of how they're affecting. So it gives you an opportunity to make choices to shift and change things that maybe aren't as beneficial for you. But when we don't have that awareness and we're operating mostly from the subconscious mind, and then we just keep doing it based on previous behaviors or previous experiences that we've had. When we have an awareness and we're like, oh, why do I keep doing that? And we start unpacking it, we can start shifting our behaviors. And that's the value of awareness. And allows you to connect to your personal heart power, what we like to call personal heart power. And just, you know, it feels often the word power, even for us when we first named this book, we kind of like, you know, recoiled, like power is such a word. It's quite a powerful word in our culture. And so we're just like, wow, why is that the word that's coming up for this? And when we really looked at it, power is the energy that you're operating from. So imagine if it's your personal heart power rooted in love. That just shifts the whole dynamic of power, and that got us really excited. We're like, okay, we can do this, and that's what we want. We want to start generating the idea that the power of love, we believe it's more powerful than any other power. So it's just like, why not generate that in the world? And every little step that we can take, every little breath that we can shift it, the awareness we can go and it's like, wow, you know what? I'm recognizing I'm agitated right now, and what do I do with that? To use our personal heart power of love to help us shift and change. And so it really empowers the higher vibrational shifts that we desire. And we believe it's a really beautiful place to go.
Yeah, and the comment here, power with rather than power over. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, that's what we want. We want power with, not a domineering hierarchical power, but a connection, using that power of love to connect with people equally and respecting. And that then comes with next slide here, it's choices. In the mode of love, we can recognize a lot more choices we can make in our lives versus being in the mode of fear. Typically, mode of fear has fight, flight, or freeze mode. But in the mode of love, we can see the bigger picture and look at all the potential consequences from our choices. Is it a higher vibrational choice or a lower vibrational choice? So the power of choice is so powerful in creating this love-focused life.
Yeah, and in the slide we have two roads as if there's only two choices in life, but we know if you're living from the mode of love, there's a lot of choices that come up sometimes, and really it's the discerning process that starts challenging us when you're in the mode of love. But in the mode of fear, oftentimes people can't even see the split in the road. And we've all been there. We've been in that moment where we're just like, there's no answer to our situation that we're in right now. And we start drowning in the problem or the challenge that we're faced with. And we can't even begin to see a choice that lies before us. Not even the split in the road. We're just like, oh my God, we're going to drown in this for the rest of our life. And if you're really living from the platform of fear, you know, in all seriousness, there's a lot of people who live in the platform of fear. The majority we have a culture that's rooted in fear. We have a world that's really rooted in fear, and we're trying to elevate that level of love. It's not that people don't have the love, but they're, you know, even the fear of losing love. You know, all those elements that come in. Well, how do we raise that to the vibration of love? So you start seeing at the very minimum that you have two choices in life. And when you get connected and have even more awareness, you start recognizing it's like, wow, you know what? I actually could ask friends for ideas, or get ideas from coworkers, or maybe read about something, and you just become like, rather than drowning or wallowing in the problem, we then shift, and it's just like, where's the treasure? Let's go look for the treasure. That's what love, I think, does, is really looks for the treasures in life, and how can we find the most beneficial answer for us at this particular moment, and trust that it'll just keep, the road will keep unfolding in front of us with the most beneficial choices. And that's what you get to see when you're working from your personal heart power from a place of love.
Yeah, and thank you for the comment, Carol, that fear constricts and love is expansive. We totally believe that too.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I know we actually are trying to, we have to limit ourselves into this time frame, but Grace and I could probably talk about this for a decade without a breath. So we're doing the best we can to get as much more, just to really get us all thinking again, and a reminder for us. Again, if you're here, you're already desiring or operating from the mode of love. You're familiar with it, but it's just also reminding ourselves and each other continually, because we all need the reminder, because fear will come in, and to remember that it's our friend informing us versus something that's there to cripple us or sabotage our life.
Yeah, and so this is just all the benefits of a love-focused life, where we have these loving moments with people and we can connect with them one-on-one, in groups, and just celebrate love and just feel it with our open hearts and our calm mind, connecting in a healthy way.
Yeah, and we by no means are saying that because you live from a platform of love, therefore you have no challenges in life. Wouldn't that be beautiful? But the human experience is really about having those challenges of life and finding ways to connect to that divine spirit that leads us to remain in love, so that we can just connect with others and have that loving connection for really that global coherence that we're talking about, that pulse of life that just radiates the love and presence of it. So we show the benefits of the love-focused life, but really there is the whole other element, and the challenges, that love that comes to us from the people around us and the experiences that we have is also always there when we're really facing challenges. So to remind each other and remind ourselves, really getting into that personal heart power. The power is when we can remember that even in the most challenging moments, that love is still there guiding us. Is like, wow, that's incredible to be able to hold on to that more frequently in life. And so really what we're going to do, one of the things that we wanted to do is just give a simple thing because we wrote a book and we have, what is it, Grace? How many tools is it? You said the other day.
30 tools.
Yeah, 30 tools in our book, because oftentimes, we read things or we've read things and then we're like, we don't even know how to apply this in our life. And so it's a way to actually have tangible things to practice and do. And one of our favorites is the heart hug tool. And maybe some of you have heard of this in other versions and stuff, but it really is a simple thing that you get to take with you all the time and you can practice it. And it's really just a pause. It's a different kind of pause in life, and to have that physical touch with yourself, to connect with yourself and your own personal heart power. And the way that we really do this, if you feel comfortable right now, we're going to just walk you through it to have that feeling of what it's like to have a heart hug. And for some of us, it's really easy. Like, this is like joyful. Hugging ourselves or touching our heart is just like, woohoo, this feels good. But for some people, and maybe even here, some people, that's really uncomfortable. It's just like to really be touched by, having that human touch, and then human touch by ourselves is really unfamiliar for a lot of other people. So do what feels safe and comfortable for you. But however you're feeling, whatever rises in you, it's information for you. It's just information in life. So it doesn't mean one way of feeling or another way of feeling is better or worse. It just really means that you're receiving information about you, and then you get to do what you want with that information. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, that's great. But if not, you can keep them open and really enjoy it. And then place your hands either over your heart or give yourself that big hug. I like the big hug. It feels so good. I like the hands on my heart too. They all feel good. And then what it is, it's about a breathing. It's really connecting to that breath and feeling that breath and really gaining a conscious awareness of that touch of your hands on your body, wherever it is, or on your heart, and then taking those big breath in, right into your personal heart, and imagine it going right into the core of your personal heart. Breathing in that slow, methodic way. So you can really build a rhythm. And then when you breathe out, fully release the breath. And we're going to do several breaths together. And on the next inhale and on the remaining inhales, just imagine breathing in that loving energy for yourself through your personal heart. And feeling that connection of the breath into your heart, that touch of your hands on your body. And on the exhales, to imagine sending loving energy to families and friends or any living being, be it your pet or the flowers or anything in nature. And doing several cycles, and pay attention. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you doing? So breathing in. And breathing out. If your mind might be busy, it's a good time to just calm it down by saying words of encouragement. I am love. I am loved. Just experiencing the fullness of the breath and the exhale. And remembering this is something, you can take with you. So you can do it really quick. I mean, sometimes I just do a quick hug. It's just like, okay, I need a hug right now and there's no one here, or anyone that is here, I don't want a hug from them right now anyway. So I just give myself a big old heart hug. Or sometimes we're sitting in a meeting and maybe we don't want to put our hands on our heart, but even just to put them on your, on your stomach or on your lap, and just thinking about that heart hug just calms us down for the moment and sends us extra little love to give that support and encouragement in our personal heart, connecting to that personal heart power. So I hope that you felt something there today from that, and it's a little gift for you to take with.
And this is just Personal Heart Power. You can get it at Amazon or just any of the independent bookstores. So, yeah.
Yeah, and we're really grateful. We're grateful for this opportunity, because what we really know is that personal heart power, there's many frameworks out there. There's a lot of different frameworks out there to connect to your personal heart power, or your heart, however you want to label it. But this is one framework. And what we really wanted to do is make it easily accessible to many. That we can pick it up at any time. It doesn't matter who we are. If you're in, I think, it's like whatever level or wherever we're starting at, it's an easy place to start, but it's also an easy place for us to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Grace and I recognize that each time we pick up the book and read a chapter, we're like, wow, I got something different again today. And so it's like, even for us, we're learning all the time, and that's the beauty of life. So if this is something that works for you, that's great. And, we hope that you got some golden nuggets here today. And one of the things that we would like to do so that you can feel it a little bit more is there's that coherence piece. And Grace is going to lead us in a heart coherence, along with a global heart coherence, along with Tami, who's going to bring the harp in and have that beautiful. It's such a luxury to have the music with the coherence aspect of it. So it's a real treat that you're about to receive, and look forward to sitting through it with you.
Let's begin just by closing your eyes, allowing this beautiful music to flow into your mind. A nice deep breath in. And then as you slowly exhale, letting go of anything in the mind that's not serving you right. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in, breathing in this loving music into your personal heart. And then as you exhale, just letting go of anything out of your personal heart that is not serving you in this moment. Take a nice, slow, deep breath into your heart, bringing that loving energy into your personal heart, unconditional love. And feel this unconditional love expanding in your heart. And as you exhale, just relaxing the body. Feeling your body feeling safe in this beautiful love bubble you're creating in your personal heart. And as you breathe more loving energy into your heart, allow that loving energy to go into every cell of your body. So this loving energy is reaching every cell. Feeling that loving energy flowing up to your head, your face, brain. Feeling this loving energy flowing down to your shoulders, your arms, down to your fingertips. Feeling this loving energy flowing in every organ in your abdomen. All your bones, your skin, your muscles. Down into your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves. All the way down to your toes. As your body is flowing with this unconditional love, and your mind is calm in the present moment, imagine this calm mind and this open personal heart connecting in a loving way together. And then imagine with this personal heart power that as you breathe in, you're breathing in love from each person here on the call into your heart with the inhale. And with the exhale, sending this love out in heart threads to each person here on the call. And on the inhale, taking that unconditional love into your personal heart. And then with the exhale, sending it out to your family, friends, neighbors. And as you breathe back in, taking that love into your heart to expand your heart even a little bigger. And as you feel your heart expanding, a little more. Feel free to send that love out even further to people you don't know, to animals, to plants, to Mother Earth. And as you're taking in that unconditional love, expanding your heart even more, just sensing out in the world if there's a place that needs a little extra compassion, a little more love, care. Imagine you're so powerful, you can send your loving energy to wherever that is now. And imagine we're on this big, beautiful, loving plateau. All of this big, beautiful circle, our left hand up, our right hand down. And we're holding the person's hand to our left and to our right. And with our hearts open, we're infusing the circle with unconditional love to create this big, huge love bubble. Seeing this love bubble expand way high up into the universe, up into the atmosphere. And this bubble flows over all of Earth. Flows around the oceans, around the continents, till the whole Earth is enveloped by this love bubble. And then envision this love bubble falling into little love bubbles and falling back down to the earth, to land wherever they need, wherever love is needed now. May love reach every place, everywhere, every personal heart. And all living beings. And let's go into silence as we embody this personal heart power as the heart continues to play. Just enjoying this personal heart power. And then when you're ready, silently give everyone a gratitude. Gratitude for having the courage to stand in love in these challenging times. Thank you all for being here with your big, beautiful hearts open and your mind calm. And together, with the power of love, we can create a love-focused humanity. Imagine that. Imagine a beautiful, love-focused humanity we are creating with this love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just when you're ready, opening your eyes and just look at all those beautiful eyes in there that are bright and the hearts are open. And just silently thank everyone. This is powerful stuff. This is magic, the magic of love.
So beautiful. What a nice little combo you guys are. So, authentic and real, heart power shifting to a love focused life isn't just a nice idea anymore. It's really an evolutionary imperative that as we move through this amazing shift from a system far from equilibrium, we really are a system that's completely out of balance and so much is breaking down. And it's this moment right now that we need to choose to cultivate greater coherence in the heart of our lives. And the only way to do that in the midst of this huge chaotic field, which is required for the breakthrough to happen, we need each other. We need spaces like this. We need tools like this because it's simple, but it's huge what we're choosing. And this is the moment where we really got to do it. You can't say, maybe later, maybe, I'll get around to it. I really do want to be more coherent, but I keep getting swept up. This is the moment, right? We're preparing for this moment. And what we feed the field matters, and we matter, and we have an impact. This group right here, what we just did, has an impact on the field, and it's continuing to grow. So thank you. That was so beautiful. I'd love for people to put in the chat just what you're feeling right now. That's always nice for us just to kind of feel each other and see that kind of flowing in. And what's your heart saying right now? What is your heart saying right now about this moment? And Michelle and Grace and Tami, I'd love to hear from all of you. Just want to add some words that are just present for you in your heart as we move through this time together.
Well, I want to say too, I'm incredibly grateful. It just felt, so yummy to be a part of it. And I just love how you say the time is now. And any little gesture, any little movement of love, if it's just a smile to the barista at Starbucks, which I try to do, my favorite place in the morning. But, it's like those little moments matter because it's the collective. And as they start sticking together and we come together here in this web of love and we go out there and do it in those little moments. And when we have those impulses, Grace and I were just talking about this yesterday, those impulses inside, and then we stop ourselves from living it bravely out loud because whatever our fears are in that moment, it's like, how do we just push through that moment and say, fear's informing us, it's a little scary, But love is saying it's really necessary. So I'm really grateful to be a part of this and can just feel everybody's love and radiance in this platform that you've created here, Teresa. So thank you.
I would just like to add what Michelle Marie was just saying about this community feels really sacred and very special. And it's always an honor to be present with you all. I guess my overarching feeling right now is high vibration. I feel like through the words that Grace and Michelle gave us of the book, and then through the meditation, it feels like we've amped up our vibration. And we know as a community, when we do that, that's what will connect and touch others with that mode of love and push it out into the world, and push not in a negative way, but in a very gentle, beautiful way that humanity really needs. So what an honor to be with you all today. Thank you.
And I just felt explosive heart power when I saw that love bubble and it popped everywhere. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I could just see all those love bubbles just flowing down and going into all the hearts that need it. There's no personal heart left behind. We're getting them all. We're taking them all with love.
I always say on these pulses, let no molecule be left untouched by this love. And that's it, because we're all connected in this field, that whatever we're placing in the field, we're actually placing it in the whole field. Like that's true in every single moment. And there's that choice you guys were talking about, like in this moment, I can choose to put something into the field. And if I stop and breathe, I have a better chance of choosing love in that moment over something that I'd prefer not to feed the field with. Right? So, oh, everybody's just, I can just feel it. You can feel everybody got it. And I was especially my heart's been heavy with, all of the people in Turkey that have just experienced an earthquake, friends that, people are dying in their lives. Like there's so much rising up and there's so much collapsing, and it's our whole heart out there. It's like all of us who are experiencing these waves of challenges. And so moments like this, groups like this, small and large, are actually having a huge, huge impact. And come join tonight, because these three ladies are all coming on the Awakened World show. And I'm bringing some more friends like Roland McCready from Heart Math, and Julie Kroll from The Good of the Whole, and Jennifer Hill. And we're going to just keep having a beautiful time. So kind of stay for that. And I'm going to take a minute to share with you how you can stay in touch with these ladies. And Kaylin, I put all of the links in our Run of Show Google Doc. If you can paste those for me as I'm sharing my screen and giving these ladies a chance to share what they're doing and how you can benefit and stay in touch, because God, guess what? We all need places to touch in, because it's not easy, but it's our job now. So I love this picture of the three of you. I'm just going to keep using it. I just think it's so gorgeous. And the energy together, I think you guys are supposed to be like a little trio. All right. So Personal Heart Power, and you can go to their website, and Kaylin's putting a link in the chat for that, where you can learn a little bit more about the book and buy it on Amazon. And I think it's a nice idea to go through the website if you can, because it really helps with us learning about where people are coming from and how they're finding us. So go to personalpower.com.
Yes, personalheartpower.com.
Personalheartpower.com.
And can I add too, for just the book is now available online from Barnes and Noble as well, and independent bookstores you can also order them from. And so if you have your favorite bookstore, they can order them for you as well.
Great. I'm so excited. I have 2 copies and I keep kind of handing them out, so I'm gonna have to get some more. And then Michelle, you have Love Voice Rising, and you have new stuff coming this year as you're beginning to share how you're going to take this work out into the world. Do you want to say something about Love Voice Rising?
Yeah, I'm super excited about this one too. It is about following that impulse inside, and I call it that love voice. How do we connect to that love voice inside us so that we can do things like following the impulse to start a business around it, right? Or a movement around it, and also to write a book or gather here. And when you start connecting to that voice inside, and if you're showing up here, you're already doing that. But it's like, how do we get that louder so that it can speak to us and we can hear it more clearly in those moments of fear? So that's at lovevoicerising.com as well. There's different things that I have. I do a monthly call. The first Wednesday of every month, I do a call, and any other events and stuff, I post them on here as well.
Great. A great resource. And Grace, you have a facilitative healing center, the Global Heart Team. You have all kinds of things going on. Do you want to share a little bit about what you are doing?
Yeah, so Global Heart Team got started in 2015, and right now we're meeting weekly, Thursday, free gatherings on Thursday in the Good of the Whole Connection field, which is going to turn into Connection 2.0. And so we do that on Thursdays at 4 o'clock Eastern. Feel free to jump in anytime. I do what's called a 12-week loving journey program, which it's a guidebook, but it goes along with the personal heart power book for a deep dive for 12 weeks. The next group starting March 21st. You can get on the globalheartteam.org website for more information. And doing open heart breath work, just doing breath work, going different places. I can come, just invite me to do breath work. And yeah, just happy to be here on this planet. My goal is to get every heart in the mode of love. For love focused humanity. McDonald's start with one hamburger. We just start one personal heart, 200s, thousands, and we just till we get to 8 billion.
I love that. That's great. And Tami, so nice to have you here again, offering your harp music. Such a nice compliment to this heart-centered, heart-focused life. Do you want to share something about what you have and what you're up to?
Sure, and thank you. My website is musicalreflections.com, and I have about 150 downloads. So if you liked what you heard today, there's a whole smorgasbord of downloads. And then I also offer peace meditations once a month. It's usually on the first Monday night of every month at 7 to 8 Central, and they last an hour. And we meditate in silence. They're usually topical, and I play the harp intermittently throughout the hour to help us hold our vibration up and keep us focused, and they're very powerful. Yeah, so they're very powerful. So if you would like to send me an email, I would be happy to add you to my list about those. And again, thank you so much. I just love this community, and I'm grateful to be here.
Thank you, Tami. There's so much opportunity for us to keep coming together, and boy, we really need it now. This is the time to join together. So come back tonight if you want, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Scott Katamas, we often will co-host an event where we'll bring the theme from the morning pulse into the evening. So as you can see, we're bringing Roland McCready. Irvin Lazo has sent us a special message for us. A new musical group I've never heard before, Mystical Joyride. Scott recommended them for our thing tonight. And that's what you start to feel, you know, when you begin to follow and make a choice to have love lead the way. Joy, a natural state of joy, an authentic state of joy begins to rise up even in the face of challenging moments. So that should be fun having them, and Omashar, of course, who's their house musician. So, and we brought on Julie Kroll. So it'll be a beautiful and fun evening, and we'll continue this dialogue. So if you want to register for that, it's globalpeacetribe.com. And then our partners over at HeartMath are doing their annual virtual retreat in March. I attended it last year. It was so beautiful. Opportunities for meeting in small groups, but also really getting deeper into the science and the experience of coherence. So, and if you put in the special code along with the link, you can save 5%. Global Coherence Pulse, love to do that. And as I said, the app has now been updated, and we have an opportunity to, just simply track our coherence when we're on sessions like this, feed that information, back to HeartMath so that we can begin to make visible the impact that we're having in small and large groups in moments where we come together and practice heart coherence. And so Roland will be coming on tonight and sharing a little bit more about that. And yeah, it's time for us to make it visible. Imagine if this map here on this thing just blew up and it was just all pink and you couldn't see even anything underneath it, because so many of us are joining together and adding our love. The Islands of Coherence, a social network that has risen up out of the Global Coherence Pulse Initiative as a place for organizations that are committed to coherence and individuals to come together. It really spent some time deepening as a learning community, and now it's entering into a bit of a transformational phase. We're taking all of the good work that we've done and all of the connection and all of the learning, and we're going to be in a little bit of an incubation for a couple of months, and then emerge on the other side as the connection field, Islands of Coherence for the good of the whole. And this was a joining together of the Global Coherence Pulse, the Islands of Coherence, Good of the Whole, Unify, HeartMath, and many others joining together and creating a space where we can find beautiful curated content from the heart and also have a community of practice. And lots of organizations have already agreed to participate in this field. So we look forward to you joining us and participating and staying tonight to join us for the Awaken World. And we love you all. And take this energy that we've cultivated today, carry it in your hearts and shine it out to everyone you touch, like the barista, or if you're going to the grocery store, or you're just driving in your car. The more that we can be conscious that we're feeding the field all the time and that our love makes a difference, we'll start to notice a change in everything about our environment and the people that we're connecting with and what's possible. And somebody asked, what time tonight? 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And if you go to globalpeacetribe.com, you can register there. Hey, Grace, any final words from you, from Tami, from Michelle? And if you want to stay on after we close the live stream, and if you're out on the live stream, you could come in. We will have an optional 30 minutes of hangout time as a community. Go into a small group, say hi to somebody else who just radiated love on the planet, just have a little bit more opportunity to connect as a family. So, Grace.
I would just like to say thank you all for putting blood bubbles all over the world, and thank you for bringing your beautiful hearts here today.
Thank you, Michelle.
Of course, I echo that, and I also want to say, when you said, we're feeding the field, and it made me think, what am I feeding it with? And what a beautiful thing for me to carry. It's like, what am I feeding it with in this moment? And just such gratitude to sit in this field of energy and love. I can feel it. It's palpable for me. So thank you.
Yeah, beautiful, Michelle. Thank you. And Tami.
So I will finish with one more song, and this song is called Infusion of Love. This song was written by a fellow harp therapist, Sarah Jane Williams, and she wrote this song when she was playing the harp in a chemo infusion area, and she visualized all of the chemo bags being filled with love as they were dripping into the patients. And this song I was not familiar with, but I found it when I was cleaning my house during COVID. Remember when everybody was cleaning, and so I put this on my music stand. And I live in Minneapolis, which is where the George Floyd situation happened. And shortly after the George Floyd situation happened, many of my friends started calling me and saying, oh my gosh, I'm so distraught. And what I did was I heard myself say, I will play for you. And it was really a play on words of I'll pray for you. And so when I came to my harp, this song, Infusion of Love, was sitting on my music stand. So I started playing it shortly after the situation with George Floyd happened, and I played it over and over and over for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And this song, I believe, holds a very special vibration of love and unity and really helping us raise consciousness. So as I play this, excuse me, as I play this, I would invite you to sit comfortably, let the music touch you wherever you need to be touched, and then we'll look forward, the three of us will look forward to seeing you in the breakouts.
Blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day today. And if you'd like to stay for the breakout groups, please, please do. We'd love to see you and spend a little time. And if you need to go, thank you and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye if you have to go. We love you.